This is my content generator UI that I will be evaluating against the CSH recommendations. So the first one is explain what new features do and why they are useful. So there's really only been one new feature added, which is the implementation of the get population function that works with the other microservice, the get population or the population generator microservice. So to explain what that new feature does, we could have a pop-up window come up on the first load of the new version and let users know that it's there and what it does, and they could click to get more information, or they could just hit an OK button. Explain what existing features do and why they are useful. We could have tooltips over these buttons that let users know how to fill out the primary and secondary key and what information will be displayed after they hit get content, and also what create CSV would do after hitting that button. The existing UI allows users to gather as much information as they want. They can search for content or get population, so they can get what they want and no more than what they need. Familiar features are kept available from the first version and the second version because the only thing we did was add this get population button. Currently in this UI, there's no redo or backtracking available, but we could add a button here at the top to clear the screen so that the user could start over or hit back and get the previous primary and secondary key as well as content. To get number 6, provide ways to try out different approaches. We could have a help section up here in our file with a frequently asked questions or a short user manual to let users like Tim and Pat know what they can do with the UI. In addition, we could also, to communicate the amount of effort required, have an advanced features label in the menu to give more advanced users access to more advanced functions. Provide a path through a task, number 8. We could give users the option to view a demo of how it works. So maybe a short video of someone entering a primary and secondary key and hitting get content would allow users to know exactly what to do. Encourage mindful tinkering. We could put in the input text boxes labels to tell users what exactly they should enter, and they could tinker with the content generator to get different content. And then for the code smells, this is the code for the content generator. And there are no obsolete comments. All the comments in the code reflect the current state of the code. There was possibly one redundant comment in this version that I had deleted, which was here in the static method for write population, the write pop input, saying it creates a CSV file. We probably don't need that because it's pretty clear that this is what this function is doing. There are no long comments. They're all pretty short, all one line, except for some of the functions about some of the functions have param definitions that make the doc string more than one line, but the actual description of what the method does is just one line. There are no functions that have more than 3 or 4 parameters, except for things like tk.label and tk.button, but those are from a module that we import, the tkinter module, and we can't really do anything about that, so they have to stay. There's some duplicate code happening in the create widgets function, but that is just due to the nature of how the widgets are created with tkinter. Previously, there were inconsistent conventions, such as some of the methods were using camel case instead of snake case, but they've all been changed to camel case, and all the variables follow the same convention as well. There are no vague names for the most part. Perhaps we could consider in some of the code blocks, some of the loops, like for I as being a vague name, but I believe that in this instance it's not. It's a pretty common thing to use. Same with the file. It should be pretty clear that F is file. Possibly we could change it to file to make it a little bit more clear, but I don't see that as being necessary. And that concludes the video.